Hey man, it's been a minute since I've said this, but real review, real review, real review. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been quite some time, but we're gonna hop straight into this. No need to get sentimental, you feel me? Today we are going to be talking about In the Gray, directed by Guy Ritchie, released May 15th, 2026. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this movie was gonna be way better than it actually is. Big fat spoiler warning, of course. If you have not watched In the Gray in its entirety and do not want to be spoiled, as I will be talking about this movie in some detail, I suggest you click off this video, go watch the movie, and come back. It will be here for you. But if you don't care, you don't care, and we'll welcome you anyway. It's a mission-oriented thriller film, of course. I will tell you, it's very cool in what they try to do with this movie. It was a slow burn at first, I'm not gonna lie. It takes about an hour to get it to the meat and potatoes of this thing. So that's very disappointing. A lot of where this movie fails is the fact that it is so damn slow at first. I do think they wanted to be different, which they kind of did succeed in that. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's a very different movie compared to other heist movies or thriller movies we've seen before. Again, that first hour is so drawn out in such a slow burn because they are really just showing us the planning stages of the actual heist. It's cool, I guess. It's nothing too impressive. Like, it's cool we get to see like what makes a heist work, knowing why something works, and then seeing the actual behind the scenes shit. That's not all too entertaining. You feel me? So maybe the last 45 minutes of the film is where it really does pick up, to be fair. I'm not gonna lie, that's not how you do a movie, that's not how you do an action film, especially because you're gonna lose half the audience before you even get to the halfway point. Another thing I don't like about this film though is how unimpressive that acting was, if I'm gonna be honest. Very impressive cast. Jake Gyllenhaal, of course, he's giving us some actual hits, real talk. Prisoners, Nightcrawler, Southpaw, Guy Ritchie's other movie with him, The Covenant, that's a banger. Jarhead, that's a banger. Zodiac, come on now. He's got a stacked catalog. Did he do this movie on a dare? No, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's like, I don't like his acting in this movie at all. He's supposed to be playing this guy named Bronco, right? Bronco is not a stable guy. We don't get the full picture of how crazy he is during this whole film, but it's like hinted at that he can get crazy, you know what I'm saying? When push comes to shove, of course. But the acting, again, it leaves a lot to be desired out of Bronco. I feel like we could have got a lot more. Like, they tried to build on, rounding him out as a character. I don't think that they succeeded with that, unfortunately. Henry Cavill was in this as well. Henry Cavill, he doesn't have as much of a stacked catalog as Jake Gyllenhaal, of course, but he's given us some very good, performances before. Also not great. He wasn't terrible. He's better than Jake Gyllenhaal in this movie, if I had to be honest. But overall, it's meh. You know what I'm saying? It's meh. Oh, also, why was Bronco making all these gay jokes? I don't know what that was about. Most of his lines are some type of homoerotic innuendo, and it's just like, can you tighten up? The rest of the cast is not all too impressive, though, to be fair. The main lead, she's gorgeous, I'm not gonna lie. Asa, I believe is how you pronounce it. Asa Gonzalez. She's a gorgeous woman. She played the main character's Rachel. Her acting was mid. It was mid. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe that was the whole thing. Maybe because they realized how attractive this main cast was. And let's be honest, Jake Gyllenhaal and Henry Cavill are attractive men. I'm not even on no gay shit. That's just a fact. They just figured, hey, we'll get people in the seats anyway. You're not gonna keep people in the seats, but that's just me. You think we'd get to know the other characters more, or you think we get to attach to them? That didn't happen, if I'm be honest. They killed two of them pretty horrifically, and I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I think it was Baker and Dunn. Both got blown to smithereens in two separate occasions, mind you. That was crazy. Granted, I didn't think about it at first because, again, I didn't really care much for the characters. They, no joke, maybe had a total of 40 lines in the entire film. Oh, what I also do think is cool, though, about this film is that, again, it's not a typical thriller movie. Rachel, or whatever her name was, she was hired by some accounting or finance company to get their $1 billion they loaned to a drug dealer, which is crazy to think about now that I say that out loud. What I find cool about this, though, is that the heist part of this film, it's more of a legal thing as well. They showed us a lot of legal stuff that they used or utilized, a lot of legal systems here, I guess. They utilize to, put pressure on the actual criminal, by the way, to then pay back the finance company their $1 billion. She did succeed. That was halfway through the movie, by the way. The conflict of this film is she gets kidnapped after that, and it's just like, okay, I guess, sir. The last 40 minutes of the film is, Bronco and Sydney trying to get her back, which is, of course, the best part about the movie, because that's when we're actually seeing some action here. But yeah, other than that, again, it leaves a lot to be desired. I was generally hoping to see a lot more, action-wise. I came here for action. Oh, also, I feel like there's a lot of stupid shit that these people were doing to have been such a so-called, successful criminal organization. You know what I'm saying? The reason why they found Rachel in the end of the movie is because Sydney gave her a watch, and he said, whenever you press the button, I'll be able to find you wherever you are. Cool. That's a great insurance plan, right? My problem with that is when they kidnap this woman, Mind you, she just got them to fork over $1 billion, so they're not too happy about that. And the reason why they kidnapped her, the finance company was able to seize all the criminals, all this guy, I think his name is Salazar. They were able to seize all of Salazar's like properties, right? All his business funds, his jets, his boats, his vehicles, all that shit. They were able to get all of that. I would be pretty pissed off about that if that was me. When he paid the $1 billion, they were supposed to give all that shit back. They didn't give that shit back. They just said, all right, we're just going to keep it. Sure, that's not going to bite nobody in the ass. The fact that that happened, right, in their eyes, right, they're going to see Rachel as the person who caused them to lose all their shit and $1 billion. So again, Salazar, pretty angry, I'm sure, decides not to search this woman when he kidnaps her. So she still has the watch. And of course, that's the only reason why they got to her. My thing with that, right? This is not me speaking out of experience. This is just a hypothetical here. If you kidnap a woman, like she's clearly smart, the extensive shit she pulled off to get y'all to fork over $1 billion, and y'all don't search her at all, y'all don't even, not even just search her, y'all don't strip her of her belongings. She had the same fit on. She had the exact same fit on when they kidnapped her. And that, ultimately led to her being rescued. I just found that so stupid. But they did end up getting Rachel back and stuff, and then even in the end, they get a bit of revenge on Salazar here by, no joke, kidnapping him. Sydney and Bronco end up going back to his apartment on the island, knock him out, traffic him off in an ambulance, where they put him in a shipping crate, I guess, and then ship him out to American soil. And again, this guy's a crime boss. So FBI find him. And guess what Rachel was saying here? When she got back, she went back to the finance company and told them, glad to be back and all, but, you're going to get a call from your boss. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they're not going to be too happy when they find out, Salazar has been seized by the feds and he's turned state witness, which is what I guess he does. We don't really see that happen, but we see him get, arrested almost by the FBI. That's what we're supposed to infer, that, he does turn state witness, rats on the financing company, who again loaned $1 billion to a crime boss. Like that is the fact that this movie started. But yeah, that's the end of the movie. Again, weaker than I thought it was going to be. But again, I don't hate this movie. I think it is different. It's something, new-ish. I can appreciate what they were trying to do. Again, I think they missed the mark, but that does not mean something like this can't be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't mean that this couldn't have been a good movie. I think it could have been a very good movie, if I had to be honest. So if you can sit through that first hour-ish of nothing going on, it's something to watch. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just going to quickly run y'all some numbers that I put together about this film and the components that make it up. Starting off with the writing and story. We're going to give this a 3 out of 5, where I think the dialogue lacks. The story kind of makes up for it, because again, it's a very interesting plot here. A finance company hires like bounty hunter-ish group of people to get their money back in a legal yet non-legal fashion, which I think is cool. We get to see both sides of that. Next, I'm going to talk about the sound design and the score. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Like, it's not something you notice. It's not something that, jumps out at you. It's also, again, not terrible. So, like, you know what I'm saying? It could have been worse. So we're going to give this another 3 out of 5. Then jumping to the acting. Definitely one of the weakest parts, though, for sure, is the acting. And with that being said, I'm going to give the acting a 2.5, soft 3 out of 5. Next is going to be the cinematography. Now, we do get some cool shots here. I'm not going to lie. Some very decent visuals and stuff. It does get bumped up a little bit because the shooting location for most of this film, I don't remember exactly where it was. It was some island in the Caribbean, I'm pretty sure, but it's a beautiful island. That being said, we're going to give this a 3 out of 5 as well. So with the overall then of this movie, in the grade 2026, I am going to give this a 3 out of 5. Again, very mid-tier movie. Not terrible, but not great. So 3 out of 5, that's literally middle ground. I think that's very fair for this movie. But yeah, man, that was In the Gray. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hopefully, we're going to keep these back on a more regular schedule. Next movie I am going to watch would be Obsession. We will see if I want to talk about this movie after I see it tomorrow. But either way, I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. I do appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you did enjoy this video, you can toss me one of them likes. I truly do appreciate them. They don't go without notice. Catch you on the next one. But without further ado, I'm going to bid y'all good night, better morning, all that ish, and I'm going to catch y'all in the video. And if God is for us, there is no one who can be against us. But I'm out. God bless.